7 CEOs who didn't just fail, they destroyed their own companies. First, Adam Neumann. When Adam Neumann founded WeWork, it didn't look like a normal business. It was marketed as a movement. Workspaces were designed for collaboration, new way of working. Investors loved the vision. Money poured in. At its peak, WeWork was valued at $47 billion. But behind the scenes, the company was losing massive amounts of money. And Neumann, he was making questionable decisions, buying buildings personally, then leasing them back to WeWork, spending heavily on expansion without profits. When the company tried to go to public, everything came out and investors pulled back. The valuation collapsed and Neumann was forced out, and WeWork became one of the biggest startup failures in history. Second, Elizabeth Holmes. Elizabeth Holmes promised to change healthcare forever. Her company, Theranos, claimed it could run hundreds of tests using a single drop of blood. It sounded revolutionary, and investors believed it. The company reached a valuation of $9 billion. But there was one problem. The technology didn't work and investigations revealed serious issues. Results were unreliable. Machines didn't perform as promised. The entire company collapsed and Theranos became one of the biggest scandals in Silicon Valley. Third, Eddie Lampert. Eddie Lampert took control of Sears, once one of America's biggest retailers. Instead of modernizing the company, he treated it like a financial experiment. He split departments into separate units. They competed with each other instead of working together. Stores became outdated and customer experience declined. Meanwhile, competitors improved. Year after year, Sears lost relevance. Sales dropped. Stores closed. Eventually, the company filed for bankruptcy. A giant slowly gets destroyed. Fourth, Stephen Elop. When Stephen Elop took over Nokia, it was still a leader, but smartphones were taking over. Instead of improving Nokia's own platform, Elop made a bold move. He partnered with Microsoft and switched to Windows Phone. The problem was that the ecosystem was weak, also apps were missing, and users didn't switch. Competitors like Apple and Android grew fast. Nokia lost market share rapidly, and eventually, it had to sell its mobile division. From global leader to a shadow of its former self. Fifth, Ron Johnson. Ron Johnson had a strong reputation. He helped build Apple stores, so when he joined JCPenney, expectations were high. But he made one critical mistake. He removed discounts. No more coupons, no more sales. Just fair pricing, but customers didn't like it. They stopped shopping. Sales dropped sharply. Billions were lost, and Johnson was removed. Sixth, leadership chaos of Twitter. At one point, Twitter was one of the most influential platforms in the world, but leadership instability created problems, made frequent changes and confusing strategies. Advertisers became uncertain, and users questioned direction. The platform went through major disruptions, showing how even powerful platforms can struggle under unstable leadership. And finally, one of the biggest missed opportunities in tech history, when Marissa Mayer joined Yahoo. She was expected to save it, but Yahoo had lost its direction. Despite acquisitions and redesigns, it couldn't compete. Google dominated search while Facebook dominated social media. Yahoo slowly gets declined, and was eventually sold. 7 CEOs, 7 different companies. But the same lesson. A company can have money, resources, and market power, but without the right leadership, it can all disappear. So here's the real question: do companies fail because of the market, or because of the people leading them?